Absolutely you do.
You know, it's like we've done this for 101 other episodes before. Ooh, just got a back crack.
This is 102, yeah?
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Holy.
It's been a whole week since we've hung out, man. What's been going on? Do you want to do an intro before we get into that? I guess we got to do the obligations first, right?
Yeah, let's do an intro real quick.
Welcome, everybody. It is episode 102. We are, of course, the Midwest Sadbois, and we are here for your midweek Sadboy update.
The saddest of updates.
The saddest of updates. We got Sad Pickle letting you know, my nickname in high school, that we're going live here on TikTok. We've got the podcast going. We've got all kinds of things. Thank you, everyone, for being here out in podcast land, on the YouTube video. Everyone over here on TikTok land, I'm giving you some jazz fingers. YouTube, you got some jazz fingers already. Thanks for being here, everybody. Of course, if you're new here, hit the follow, like, subscribe, comment, share buttons. Do all the things. Thanks for being here.
All the buttons.
All right. So, it's been a week, man. What's going on? How we feeling?
Dude, what a week it has been.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the week it feels like. It feels like some days when I have so much work to do, it just flies by and all of a sudden it's 2:00.
Right.
And then some days it just drags on and it's like, man, how is it only 10?
Brother, you ain't got to tell me sitting in my little bitch-ass cubicle. There are days when I'm at work for 4 straight business days and it's only 11:30 a.m. And I'm like, I want to eat 4 lunches, but like I can't. So I feel you, man. Some days I swear time moves at different speeds every now and then, but sometimes life do be lifing.
Life do be lifing. Dude, I went to see a cardiologist today.
Another one?
Just a cardiologist? Yeah. After the whole ER stint we talked about last week.
Right, of course.
Yeah. So just got to do some tests, make sure the heart's still hearting,
It's doing heart things.
Make sure it's still doing the heart things for a good long time to come.
I feel like that's its most important job, is to do heart things.
Just to do heart things.
Yeah. If it's not doing heart things, you should see a doctor for more than 4 to 6 hours.
If your heart's not hearting for more than 4 hours, you're dead.
Yeah, honestly, that I don't think there's anyone who can come back from that for real.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, did I go to the doctor last week? No, I did not. Okay,
Nope,
just
okay.
checking. Let's see. So, we have let's give everybody out in podcast land and TikTok land a little teaser of what we got coming up here. We filmed. I say we as if I was there with you yesterday. You filmed sweaty wrestling promos. I was getting sweaty in a crowd of probably 10,000 people. And we're going to talk about, you have a story about a man who married his car.
Yeah.
I am so intrigued by this.
Yeah.
So stick around to listen to Jason's story about a man who is taking, the phrase up the tailpipe to new levels.
That's so good.
You're welcome.
That's so good.
So, tell me about your wrestling promo video. I saw it. It was fucking fire. It looked so good.
Yeah, dude. So I met a few indie wrestlers at the tattoo shop.
Yeah, the day I was getting my tattoo, right? Yeah.
So a few months ago at this point for the first one. But so let's see. No, get out of here. Someone wants to join our lot, wants to co-host? Absolutely not. Get out of here. So I met this guy and I kind of kept in touch. I saw some of the stuff he was posting on Facebook, and the man was delivering some good promos. Because like in the wrestling industry, how you get over with a crowd or how you sell yourself and how good you make yourself look is basically it has to do with your promos, right? So I was watching his video. I'm like, man, this guy's he's pretty good talking, right?
He's got some charisma.
Yeah, he's a good talker. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send him a message. I'm like, dude, your last video was great. Like I want to do a promo with you.
Yeah,
I was like, clearly you can talk, but the video, the audio, like
Need a little work.
A little bit to be desired, right?
That's where I come in.
Yeah, it's like, listen, let me do this. I was like, I want to do this as a passion project because I, everybody who knows me, I love wrestling. So I'm like, okay, I want to do a promo, see if I can film something like I see on WWE programming, right? Spoiler, I did.
You did well. It looked so good.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even know if I sent you the final version of it, but either way, either
the
way.
The version I got at 2 a.m. looked sick.
Yeah. So thank you. But yeah, so I met up with him yesterday, and it's the wrestling ring is in this like gym.
It looked like a warehouse.
Yeah, it's in like this back warehouse of a gym.
Mm-hmm.
So the ring is, say, this big. The room itself on all sides is this much bigger.
I was gonna say it looked like it was up against the wall.
It's really,
almost against the wall.
It's really small. It's really, really small. But like it gets the job done. It works.
Oh yeah,
for sure. And the warehouse gym aesthetic, exactly what I had in mind whenever I did this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was like planning it out because I storyboarded like all the B-roll shots that I wanted and everything. And I was like, hey man, I'll leave in the promo to you. I'll direct you through some of it, but like I want to film it three different ways, and then I want to get the B-roll stuff. So this dude, uber athletic.
Oh yeah,
like insane. I told him like he did this whole big sequence. I'm like,
the flip from the shoulders was wild.
yeah, dude,
that one was sick.
And that's only half the stuff that I put in the video. Like
crazy.
This man did this whole big sequence. I'm like, brother, I get pained just getting out of bed, and you're over here like running, flipping, somersaulting, going up on the ropes, diving, rolling, flipping off, and doing a kip up at the end. My body could never.
Could never.
Like only way that ever happens is if I close my eyes and I imagine it happening.
Falling down the stairs.
And even then it's really difficult for me to imagine it happening. So like it's just really cool to see somebody who's like super passionate about it and athletic and everything. And he did a killer job with the promo.
He sounded good, looked good. The whole thing was sick.
Yeah. So for the podcast viewers, I'm going to play a little clip right here.
7-minute mark.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to play a little bit there. But the unfortunate side to wrestling, promotions, the storylines change. They can change at any point in time. So unfortunately, in the course of not even
less than 24 hours.
24 hours, this match has now changed. So the whole promo is moot. Like, so the video's still there. It's still practice for him. I got what I wanted out of it.
Yeah.
I still want to do more of those, but it's never going to see the light of day on social medias because that match is no longer a match.
Well, here's the thing is it's right here on our social media. So it will see the light of day.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Not in the local Fayetteville wrestling community social media circle.
Yeah, not the big audience that I was hoping for. But either way, it was a lot of fun getting to, do something creative again because I've been doing a lot of social media management for the last few months now.
The card shop, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like my big thing. So like I don't do much creative, you know? Like going out and filming stuff. So like I loaded up the Jeep. I had like all my stands, both lights, microphones, cameras, lenses, like just the whole deal, extension cables, like it's doing the whole thing. It was just a lot of fun to go out and do that, but
sick.
Yeah.
We love that.
Sometimes
you just gotta, you can't just keep filming things at the table cards. Like it looks good, but like you gotta do something else.
Yeah. You gotta do something actually like fun and creative and like flex that muscle sometimes.
Let's check in on the TikTok community here. Jen is very intrigued by the fact that someone may be putting an appendage in a tailpipe of a car.
Yeah.
Of course, we're doing it live, Mr. Beardless Wonder.
Always.
And thanks to Betty June Waters for the #1 gifter badge today. And Bryn, thank you. Welcome. Yeah, dude, that I know I'm glazing over it right now, but like the video looked good and it deserves glaze. You just glaze all over it, man.
Just
glaze all over it.
Watch
bro.
it and glaze, dude.
Hey, when your friend does something well, you gotta glaze on it.
Glaze all over.
All
glaze as
everywhere.
far as the eye can see. Yeah.
What a glaze.
Yeah.
So because you're not using this one for this match that is no longer on Saturday, are you going to work with this guy to do like another one, or has he already gotten any of his other buddies to like sign up or hit you up for anything?
I mean, it was just done yesterday, real time. So nothing yet from it, but I'm sure we'll do more because I know he absolutely loved it. And a lot of his friends that he did send it to were like, man, this is so good. So I'm sure something will come from it eventually, but either way, it was cool. Cause like I got to get inside of a wrestling ring.
Ooh,
like that was fun.
You just like bounce around on a little bit.
Nah, man,
Do a little bit on the ropes.
I'd break something.
Oh, come on.
I'd break something.
If the fucking Big Show can bounce around the ropes, you can bounce around the ropes.
The Big Show was absolutely 10 times more athletic than I've ever been in my entire life.
When he was in
WCW,
you sell yourself so short.
Nah, man.
So, where was I? What was I going to go with this? I was going to say something. Shit, I had something. Balls. I don't remember.
Default answer. Balls.
Yep. When in doubt, balls out.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So if you ever do get to do a Stephanie Vergara promo, I'm in. I'm so in,
dude.
brother. I'm so in.
If I can get to that level, you hit her up while she's in WWE. Just
glaze everywhere. I'm so in.
Hey.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the moment.
The option's there. We'll see what happens.
So that's what you were doing yesterday.
Yeah. What did you do yesterday?
What did I do yesterday, brother? Yesterday, second row, Lincoln Park.
Just say we're looking at it right there.
I know, right here. Got a sick tour tee. So the day started. So first off, Sunday, I went indoor skydiving, which was sick.
The videos you sent me were
so cool.
Just over there floating.
It was just falling with style. It was, dude. So we got there a little early, and the guy was like, "Would you like to go in the tunnel with like it off, and just like look at it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure. Like no big deal." I didn't think it was gonna be like a 40-foot drop from where like the little trampoline frame net thing was down to like where like the fan is. It was like 40 some feet, so it was a little intimidating. And then you looked up, and it's like another 40 feet up. So already nervous. And then they show you a little intro video of like how the building works. And they've got the fans at the top, and it circulates the air through the tunnel, and it creates like a negative pressure. Well, not a negative pressure, but like a low pressure vacuum.
Yeah.
So that like the air circulates, and it makes like a little vortex for you to like do all your cool flips and spins and whatnot. So then they make you watch like a how-to video of like the hand signs that they give you while you're in there, because it's loud as balls.
You can't hear anything. You have to have some kind of...
Yeah. So so this is relax. You're doing good. Right? Yeah.
Of course it is.
Hey, just chill. You got this. And then this one with like your fingers bent was bend your legs. So like imagine these are your legs. To bend them, so you would go... So if you bend them, you're taking less drag, you will go down. And if you straighten your legs, which was just straight legs, you go up because you create more drag. And then pointing up... He would point at his chin, was telling you to get your head up, because if you point your head down, it creates, I don't know, some sort of like aerodynamic direction, and you like go down, which is useful when you want to go down. But if you're in a tube surrounded by a metal cheese grater fence to keep you from careening 40 feet down into a splat zone, you definitely don't want to just be always diving head first. So it's chin up. So those were like the 4 hand symbols they taught you. And then they suit you up, they give you your helmet and your goggles, and they're like, all right, spin it up. And then you hear the fans kick on. And then they like keep spinning up faster. And then it gets like, they put you in the little tube, and the little pressurized doors close. And then the fans start like, and it gets real loud, real quick. And I don't know how I managed to be at the front of the line. I was kind of hoping to like see somebody do it first. Yeah, and he was like pointing at me, and he was like, "You're up," and I was like, "I'm American." And he was like, he didn't hear my joke. So, and then so like I step up to the doorway, and he was like, "Hands up, look up," and I was like, "Okay," because he's like shouting through his helmet, and he wasn't like, we weren't quite in there yet, and I'm looking up, and then he like grabs the little jumpsuit thing. And he like pulls me in, and then you just like kind of fall into the wind, and suddenly you're weightless. And it was strangely cool. Like, it was sick. You're just there, and you're just like in the wind, and like you can like steer with your hands and shit. So like I'm like doing all kinds of this, and
that's cool.
It was me, my buddy James, and then there was a family of 4. So it was the 6 of us, and we were rotating like in a 5-minute schedule. And we each did like each did like 45 seconds or a minute or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So we went through the rotation twice. So the first time he takes you in and he just kind of gets you in there and gets you all squared away so you're not like panicking. Because one of the little kids went in there and like almost threw up. Which would have been hilarious to see this kid puke and then it just go flying up into the... It didn't happen, but it would have been so funny. So then on the second rotation, he was like, I'm going to take you guys to the top of the tube. And he was like, so then I get up and he was like, he's like, you ready to go up? And I was like, a little bit, like we go like a little bit high. And then I'm watching the video that Megan got of me. He's getting me in position. We're having a good time. He's letting go. I'm flying. I'm vibing. Then I feel him. And then I see the video and he grabs on. His motherfucker got a good grip. And then like he jumps and he leaves the ground. And at this point, both of us are in the air. And I was just like, here we go. And we start spinning up this tube. And he comes back down. And then he looks at me and I look at him. And he like winked at me inside his helmet. And I was like, uh-oh. And then we went whoosh, like right to the top, really fucking fast. Oh. And the first time we only went like halfway up. We did a couple 360s and we came back down. And then the second time we went to the top. And then we went down really fast. But then he like put on the air brakes and we like slowed down just before we hit the cheese grater. I may have peed a little. I don't know. The suit was a little wet when I was done.
It's a little dribble.
I don't know if it was pee or sweat. Maybe a little bit of both. But indoor skydiving, absolutely sick. Do want to go back.
That's
it was
cool.
Very fun. Last night. Second row, Lincoln Park. Crazy.
So how did you end up getting, because you didn't get tickets for second row. Like,
I got pit tickets, but I didn't get second row tickets.
How did you end up there?
Magic, my dude. So my buddy James, he's part of like the Lincoln Park Underground group. Remember way back in the day when like fan clubs, you had like email listings and like underground clubs of like people who would go out and promote shows for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, whoa, look at that.
Oh,
the TikTok gave us a notification. How many? Is it going to keep going?
I don't know.
It's still going.
Apparently.
Oh my gosh. How many? 48.
There's
oh my
a lot.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, sir, stop. You're interrupting the story. How many? Oh my gosh.
We'll see how it goes. Anyway.
Crazy. I apologize for breaking the story there. We topped out at 68. Sir, you are insane. Thank
Only
you
68?
So much. Don't encourage that behavior. Don't encourage
Not
that
nice.
behavior.
Not
Very
nice.
not nice. So, my buddy is part of the Lincoln Park Underground group. So, like, the day of the show, he gets an email saying, like, you've been randomly selected to get in early. So, he didn't have a VIP ticket, which got you, like, all the swag and the bag and the meet and greet and all that jazz. But he did get to go in early. So, we drive up there. We get there super, super early so he can get in early. And we were like probably one of the first, 15 people in the parking lot, like all together. Because we're like 3.5 hours early to the show.
Oh, Jesus.
Worth, though. So we get there. Look at the sunglasses on. They were, look right here. Not even remotely close to either of us, just in the middle. Sorry. So we get there a couple hours early. We notice that there's a merch table outside. So we go up to the merch table and they're like, yeah, you want to buy merch? We're like, yeah, I'd like to buy some merch and then I don't have to carry it all night. Say less. So I got a sick t-shirt. Maggie got a t-shirt. Everybody gets a t-shirt. We're having a good time. We run it back to the car. So then we have to go our separate ways because he has to go into the VIP early access entrance. We have to go to the general admission entrance. So Megan and I are one of the first 10, 15 people in line because we saw some other people starting to head over. So we're like, all right, let's go get in line so we can get in early, try and get to the front. Because they were saying that like the early access was going to be 200 to 500 people. So I figured like my chances of getting close to my friend, pretty slim, but I'll try. Like we fought our way through some pits many a times as youths. I think I can shove some elbows, make my way to the front if I need to. I wasn't really committed because like I'm old and grandpa like don't do that no more. But so my buddy's over at the VIP entrance. We're at the general admission entrance. The VIP has already entered and it's probably an hour before we're supposed to get in. Like the regular doors open. And like I said, we're probably one of the first 15 people. This guy comes up. He's like, hey, one of the employees for the building was like, hey, let me look at your ticket. So I open it up my Apple Pass. Today might be the day the ceiling fan falls on.
That ceiling fan is going to one day.
Today might be the day. So he looks at my ticket and he's like, oh, you're part of this thing. You can go in early. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. You two just take your tickets and go over to that entrance and they'll let you in early. And I was like, all right, sick. You ain't got to tell me twice. Like, see you later, everybody. Because the line was starting to grow at this point. It was a long line. So we walk over to the VIP entrance and we get in line. This line. And then we make it up to the top. And then we hear some people like, this is the ticket. The guy sent me over. And they're like, yeah, well, sure. Here, like, let's get you scanned in. So we make it through this line. We go through the metal detector. We get our ticket scanned. We make it inside the building. Here's where it starts to go wrong. Well, I mean, it went right. Obviously, you know how it ends. But like, here's where it starts to maybe not go right. So we get in this line again. And it's the line to the VIP table where people were getting their swag bags. And we were not included in this group of people. We did not have VIP tickets. We hear what I now have learned is probably the tour manager or someone high up on the tour, supervisor list. She starts screaming at the employees of the venue, stop letting people in the door. It's X, Y, and Z only. Stop allowing ABC tickets in. And ABC tickets is the tickets we had.
Nope.
So we immediately put our head down. We stop looking around and we try to get as quiet as possible to not draw any attention to ourselves.
100%.
I ain't trying to cause no stink. Just let me in.
Yep.
I make it up to the table and they're like, yeah, can I see your ticket, please? And I was like, funny story. And I was like, the guy outside said we're already here. I was like, I don't think I'm a VIP member for this thing. I was like, can I get the wristband to get into the pit? And they're like, we don't have those wristbands. We have VIP wristbands. And I was like, okay, well, who do I need to talk to get the pit wristband just so I can get going? And they're like, just go this way. All right. So we start walking that way. We get stopped. Where's your wristband? I'm actually on my way to go get my wristband. Well, how'd you get in here without a wristband? Look, man, I don't work here. Like I was told to come inside. So we start getting escorted around the building, like the inside of the building. We stop at this desk. Hey, where's the wristbands for this? So we go over here. We got to get a wristband here. Well, we don't have wristbands here. Well, you got to go over there. So we keep getting bounced around. So we have made it from this entrance to this entrance. And then inside the building, we have made it back to the same entrance we started at, but just inside. So we went from 15th in line to first in line, which is a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah. But our tickets were already scanned. We got our wristbands. And then 5 minutes, probably 10 minutes before the show starts, I apologize, I skipped one step. We got put in a waiting section. And then they were like, when the show starts, you need to go down there to get your wristband. And I was like, listen, I understand what you're saying, and am willing to abide by everything you tell me to do. Can I go there now so that I don't have to wait and run down there to do the thing to get to the place? I was like fifth in line. I'm lying at this point. I was like fifth in line. I don't want to lose my spot. And the guy was like, no, you have to wait. And I was like, sir, listen one more time to my story here. I was at the front and now I'm over here and I need to be over there. If you're not going to let me go over there until those people are getting in, I should have just stayed out there. But like, I did what you guys told me to do. So like, help me. And he was like, all right, fine. So like the group that had accumulated, it was like 6 of us. He escorts us down there. We get our wristbands. We're now first in line. 6 o'clock, aka doors open. We start running because like, I don't know how many other doors are now open of people trying to get to the pit.
Yeah.
And we get yelled at for running. No, running! So now we're just doing like the weird power shuffle.
I'm an adult!
Yeah, right? Like, I'm not near a pool. I'm fine. I can run.
I'm not holding scissors and I'm not near a pool. Leave me alone.
So we get to the thing where we're supposed to go inside. And like, I got my wristband and I got my ticket out and I'm just like double fists up and I'm just like power walking to get like, so nobody stops me. I have my ticket and I've got my wristband and I'm just like showing it. Everyone, I'm just like pointing it at everybody. We finally make it into the arena, and those sons of bitches said 200 to 500 people. It was like 90.
Really close.
Yeah, not even like remotely close to 500. So we get into the arena, and my buddy's standing there. He's got a beer in one hand, and he's got his flashlight in the other. We walked over to the bar. Megan got a beer. I got a drink. And we walked up, and we were second row.
That's wild.
So we were not supposed to be second row, but we ended up second row. And that was a long-winded story to say I had a really fucking good time seeing Linkin Park, but worth.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the new tour, if you guys haven't got your tickets, make sure you get your tickets. Try and score VIP passes or pit tickets to get up front. Totally worth the show. Emily, she's not Chester, but she does a great job of filling in for Chester. And, I mean, Mike kills it.
Good substitute teacher.
Yeah, it's still Linkin Park at heart because Mike, it's the songs you know. Mike fucking kills it. I mean, it's still Mike. At the end of the day, he played a couple Fort Minor songs, which was cool. And then, it was just a good time. So long-winded story, me bragging about going to see Linkin Park. So let's catch up on some TikTok comments here. So what do we got here?
Is it a red Solo Cup mug? This is my metal Buc-ee's mug.
Uh-huh.
Buchichis.
Laura wants, hope you had a great Wednesday, friend. We always have great Wednesdays when you're here checking out the TikTok.
Hope you do it as well.
You had to stop at 69. I totally support that.
100%.
Looks like we got Sabra with the gifted. Thank you. I am for real on the edge of my seat. I appreciate you listening to my whole long-winded story. I appreciate it. Altier 499 just overtook the number one gifter badge.
Number one glitter badge.
And Billy, my man, says LP is a must, and he is absolutely right. You're 100% right, my dude. Good band to go see.
It's time for a hydration check.
It always is after my long-winded story.
Very
Clinky. Make sure you stay hydrated, folks. Drink more water, feel more better. Jim, no money back guarantee. I assure you, stop drinking pop and you'll feel a lot better.
A little Propel.
Propel?
A little Propel in a Buc-ee's Fiesta mug. It's a good time.
Let's see. So what else we got up here? Okay, so that was the concert chaos turned into gold. Shout out to the one lady who was like, "Don't worry, I got you. We're gonna get you where you need to go." That lady was super cool. And then the dude who was like, "You're gonna have to wait here until the doors open." Fuck you, dude. Like, just help me. Like, I didn't get myself into the situation.
Hope someone peed in your Cheerios.
Like, all of your employees were like, "Go over here, go over here, go over here," and I ended up here. Like, fuck yourself. We ended up not getting home till like 2 a.m, but it was totally worth.
That's insane.
Sabra, I apologize. I appreciate. They're the only concert I've ever been to back in the day. Project Rev days when Chester was around. Absolutely. That was the first time I saw Linkin Park in 2006 when I was 16. And here I am almost 20 years later.
That's crazy.
Seeing him in 2025. Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So so I know I teased it early in the episode. You have a story about a man who marries his car.
Can you look it up on your phone since mine is doing the live stream?
So here you go. There's a Safari browser for you, my man. First off, what judge approved this civil unionship between inanimate object and humankind?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Diane. She's the one who sent me this.
Shout out to Diane.
Because she listens to the podcast, talked about Sex Doll Guy.
Oh, yes, of course.
So now we have
I have a slight update.
Sex Car Man.
You brought something, you rekindled something from my memory. Continue.
All right, so we're just gonna play this here.
Is this the video?
Yep. Nathaniel, 27 years old.
Oh my God, he is making out with his car.
Man is tonguing the car.
He is kissing the steering wheel.
And it's a man.
All right, chef don't judge.
Not a car chase.
Get out of here. I'm weak.
Not a car chase.
He is just erect underneath that car. Take a look at that TikTok. What do you think?
Yeah, man is just making out with a car.
The subtle lines and curves.
So,
Is there more?
there is more. I mean, you can keep playing.
So it's I'll turn it down. So okay, what are your thoughts on this while I watch this man make out with his car, which is just strange.
So real quick, someone said, what is the context? What the context is, this man is making out with a car. You've seen that episode? Yeah, it's saucy. Yeah.
What? Oh, this is TLC.
Yeah, it was on TLC.
So it's objectophilia is what his air quote diagnosis is when a person develops a strong emotional and sexual relationship with an inanimate object. How have I never seen this? What? That's insane. That definitely is sex doll, man.
100%.
Okay, so you got recommended this to you by your friend.
Yep.
Someone is in an elevator in the Eiffel Tower. That's crazy. Okay. So he's just driving along. He's just inside his husband. Dude, I'm telling you, he is bricked up when he is underneath that car. What you can't see with his other hand is he's just cranking it.
Like, damn, the steering wheel's so firm today.
He's cranking his drive shaft while he's under there, just making out with the bumper.
We don't judge.
Hey, no, chef,
can make
chef
fun of
don't
situations,
judge.
but you
He
cannot
keeps
judge
his
him.
hands at 10 and 2, right? More like a 5 and a 7.
Yeah,
If this man pulls his pants down and inserts himself into the tailpipe, I am legitimately done. Legitimately done. Ever caring about objectophilia individuals.
yeah, I just don't.
Ooh, the way he grips the steering wheel, brother.
Someone says, I choose to watch people that have killed others via Dateline 2020.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like more of a normal thing that people do.
I'm also more of a true crime documentary person.
Yeah. Yeah, but apparently, man is just practicing, dude. Just tonguing it.
Tonguing this
You should
bumper.
see if there's an update. Apparently, there's an update, according to Diane. She said, here, let me see.
I'll give this back to you so you know what to search for. 2025 update. That's crazy. Let's see.
Update.
He said he's bricked up. Yep. Sus AF.
Oh,
Chat
no.
says it's sus AF.
All right, guys. So I know what you're wanting to know.
Oh, here we go.
Has Nathaniel is he still in a happy, committed relationship with his red car named Chase?
Or did he have to call AAA because there was a breakdown? Shong dong da da dong dong. Sorry.
Well, it sounds like he has moved on.
Arnar.
He's no longer in a relationship with Chase. He is now in a relationship with his new Lexus ES330 named Lex.
Oh my God. Okay. Yep.
It says while he still grieves the loss of Chase, he's found new love. Oh, and expresses his affection for her openly.
Oh, so he is by
automotive?
He's buying cars, yeah.
By automotive.
By automotive. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, by objectophilia. Hey, you know what? You do you, man.
Yeah. So apparently Chase
Bro's just out here.
broke down.
I'm telling you, man is out here just bricked up, just piping down tailpipes left and right. There ain't no two tires
Piping
about
down
it.
tailpipes, he says.
That's a sentence that ever was. How do I make this go away? Close. Thank you. So
That's wild.
I was not ready for him to be kissing the bumper.
Just full tongue in it.
He was like white knuckle gripping the steering wheel at a solid 5 and a 7, just right there,
Yeah.
And it's for the better that he was probably underneath the car because I think I saw it rise up like an inch or two, like it was on a jack stand.
What's that, baby? Your tire's flat? Let me just lift you up real quick.
I got you. Lexi. I got you. Just you stay right there for me. I got you. I'll change your tire real quick.
That's a wild thing. But hey, as long as he's happy, not hurting anybody.
You know what he's not doing? Hopefully, we don't get a third update. Hopefully, but you know what he's not doing? Diddling children, and we support that.
Dude, he's just diddling his car instead.
You wanna go pack the tailpipe? You do you, man. You just got to be careful you don't get an infection. You don't want to end up with no car TDs. car transmitted diseases, CTDs.
Yeah. You heard those are pretty bad.
You may have to, you may have to go see a doctor, get like an oil change.
Stop it. You're like the Blue Mountain State version of an oil change.
Yeah, because you got all kinds of grease all up in there. You just got to flush it out. You just got to
put the tube in, drain the old stuff, and
Yep.
Hey, man.
Fluid change, man. You just need a bumper-to-bumper inspection and a good old fluid change.
Watching myself back on the thing where I went bop. Watch, you can do it again. Ready? Watch it.
Bop. Just glaze everywhere.
Just glazing all over the car. Yeah.
So I know in episode 100, I said we were going to do a final send-off for Sex Doll Man, but I have to share this one last thing.
It's never going to go away.
The doll had yet another funeral, but this time I think it's for real. Because he's engaged to a real woman.
You probably should wait till he gets married just to make sure.
Well, apparently the wedding is this year. They have been dating for a grand total of 6 months, and they are getting married later this year. So, maybe she'll just be a zombie and she'll come back to life. Chef, don't judge.
She's gonna be in the crowd, just objecting, and someone's gonna have to like pop up a sign for her.
Just like one of the Muppets, has like the wire thing and just like raises up.
I object. And then the woman's just gonna be like, not again.
Son of a bitch. So, but yeah, he had a beautiful ceremony. Let's see. I took a picture of it. I sent it to you. Remember?
Did you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So there's her coffin.
Just love that it has the ICP thing.
Yep. So it's got a Snoop Dogg t-shirt, an ICP t-shirt, and her WWE wrestling belt. The end.
Dude, sometimes you just have to have a funeral for your juggalette sex doll wrestling girlfriend.
One of the comments says, "Who else has a group chat discussing this saga?"
Yike.
And then another one says, "How many times are we going to euthanize Brandy?" That's the doll's name.
I mean, didn't she like have cancer at one point?
She was sick and died. That was Amber.
That was Amber.
Amber was sick and passed away. And then he had like a reality TV show dating style date off elimination where Brandy ended up being the winner, which I think it was just the same doll with a different wig. Hair 2.0. Yep. And then unfortunately now Brandy has passed. She is on to the good place. And you know what? I hope that everything works out for him. And, I hope that this is truly the end of the Sex Doll Man
She's
saga.
Just buried in the backyard. And then, if something happens with the future wife, you're just going to see, they're going to have a fight one night. He's going to be like, I'm getting her back out. And he's going to go out and grab the shovel, start digging. And she's like, no, don't do it.
Leave her alone.
I can just imagine what their neighbors would think of this whole thing. That would be an incredible.
That would be fantastic. If they were just spying on the whole, that would be insane. Someone sent who? Nope, not that one.
No.
Someone. There was doesn't matter. Anyhow, moving on. So let's see. What did I send over to you? So I have one more relevant pop culture story.
Let's do it.
It was the I had seen there was an article on Reddit today that the producer Mr. Joe Russo, is he producer? Is he director? Do you know anything about the Marvel?
The Russos were the ones that
writers?
They were writers for the Avengers stuff.
So they are teasing that the new Avengers Doomsday movie, which is supposed to be the one that has RDJ as Doctor Doom.
Dr. Doom.
They're going to make it for TikTok?
There's no way.
Did you hear that?
There's no way.
So it says, we are designing a movie specifically for the TikTok audience. Embracing the low attention span will save the industry. I don't know if that was an actual quote from the article.
Gotta be a joke.
But you say that it's a joke, but Paramount actually released Mean Girls on its like 20th anniversary or something like that on TikTok, and you can watch the entirety of the movie broken up into 23 TikTok videos. So like it's not unheard of. It's just insane to think that like that is where we're heading after the chaos of the Minecraft movie and the whole chicken jockey thing. Imagine just those kids just being on TikTok and like zooming through. Oh, I'm just gonna skip to chapter 24 and like see what the ending is, and then you scroll back to like chapter 1 while people are watching, opening sequences, and they're like, Dr. Doom murders Steve Rogers or whatever, and you're like, son of a bitch, these little shitheads spoiled it for me already.
TikTok is literally the last place I would ever watch a movie.
I know, right? But like, isn't it wild that is like a legitimate possibility of something that could happen?
I can't see it.
It seems strange to do new movies like that for sure. But the idea of releasing older movies that like, you can't get on Blu-ray or DVD anymore, and now you have to go to some crazy third-party website to like track down, like just slowly bit by bit releasing it on TikTok in like digestible formats. Tune in next week to see what happens in the next 5 minutes of Titanic. And it's just part 1 of 99.
You got like 3 weeks of just the ship starting to break up and like angle up into the.
So it's like a DBZ season.
Jesus Christ. Dude,
I also agree with you. I can't imagine that's going to go well.
I can't see it.
I hope that this is just a troll article, because that would be very, very strange and silly, especially something very stupid for the DC, the MCU to do, and Disney should not allow this to happen. But I just wanted to get your take on it to see if it was something that would get you all riled up.
Speaking of Marvel,
have
you seen Thunderbolts?
You mean the new Avengers? No, I have not.
It was pretty good.
Notice I said that because it got spoiled for me.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I wanted to see it. I have not gotten to see it yet.
You still should.
I do want to. I also want to watch the new Captain America. I'll just wait for it to hit Disney Plus though. But I did want to see it. Did you see it? Was it good?
Yeah, I did see it. I went with Gio.
Nice.
Shout out Gio.
What up, dude?
But yeah, it was good. Like solid 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 in comparison to other Marvel movies, or 7 out of 10 compared to all movies ever?
I think everything I do is compared to Marvel movies now.
That's fine.
So like, you have Infinity War, you have Endgame, and then other good movies since then are the Spider-Man with all 3 of them, and then this one.
Doctor Strange 2 was good in my opinion.
It was a movie.
Whatever. All right.
It was fine.
Okay. That's fair.
It was fine. That one just pisses me off so bad because they gave us John Krasinski as Reed Richards, killed him off, spoilers, and then now we're stuck with Pedro Pascal again.
All right. And we know that you're such a Pedro Pascal hater. So
I'm not a hater. I think he's great. He just doesn't need to be in everything. Like, dog, leave a franchise for someone else.
But when he's out here collecting franchise Infinity Stones, he needs to get his job done.
Dude, just leave something for someone else. John Krasinski was the best choice.
I agree with you. He looked really good as Reed Richards.
Don't need Pedro Pascal in everything.
So Thunderbolts, 7 out of 10. So right. So in Infinity War's Endgame, and then Spider-Man. Continue.
Spider-Man. Yeah. So it's probably the best movie since Spider-Man.
Okay.
But like it was good. Like the story was good. I didn't originally going into it, my expectations, and TikTok people out here, if you are watching and if you've seen Thunderbolts, aka New Avengers, let me know what you think down in the comments. But I feel like it was, my knee just blows up. Yeah.
It sounded disgusting.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like the story was good. They're kind of doing this where they make like the overarching theme like a real topic. And this one, it was like mental health.
Oh, okay.
But it was done.
Oh, okay.
It was done really well. I will give it a lot of credit. It was done really well. But I wasn't sure, how like, Black Widow's sister and her dad and Bucky Like it's just like a real ragtag group of like B characters
Right.
from a lot of movies.
Because it's also just 3 Wish Captain Americas.
Yeah, it's yeah. You got
Bucky, the Russian Captain America, and then the knockoff Captain America, Temu Captain America.
Yeah, it's so I didn't think that group of people together would be interesting, but it's mainly like their differences and the conflicts that it caused that made it interesting. So I think it was good. The writing was really good. So
Would you give it sort of like a Guardians feel to it, where like this group of like they don't work together in the beginning, they overcome their differences and like band together to stop the bad guy?
it was a lot like a Guardians type of feel, but like less big scale.
Oh, okay.
Because like, it's not even the villain. I don't like the main bad thing in this movie. Like it was such a small scale in comparison to like a Thanos or a Loki. Like
So they're really setting something up.
like it's something that could have been maybe portrayed way worse than it was, which would have made the resolution a lot cooler. But
I appreciate you attempting to avoid spoilers.
yeah, I'm trying to avoid all the spoilers.
You're doing
like,
great.
It was good. It just could have been a little better. Like it didn't feel epic. Like when you think back to like OG Marvel movies, Iron Man, Captain America, Winter Soldier,
Right.
Guardians, Thor, like
The big ones.
Yeah, like a lot of those ones where like the movie felt like there was like an epic, feel to it, where it's like this has monumental repercussions for what happens. This was just like, yeah, I mean, like these 2 blocks of the city were kind of sad for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
it wasn't like, oh God, this is an
catastrophic.
earth-ending thing. It's like, man, don't go to that side of town. Maybe go to the Jimmy John's off of like South Main. Don't go
North Main.
Yeah, don't go North Main today because there's this thing happening there.
Right.
You don't want to be there for that.
You don't want to get involved. Okay.
So that's kind of what it felt like to me. Definitely watch it though.
So you're saying it's a matinee price movie, not a full price movie.
And it's exactly what I paid for it.
nice. Worth. Absolutely.
We went to the IMAX.
Ooh, so matinee is regular price. I like it.
Yeah, it was $13 for
Shit.
for IMAX matinee.
Where the hell's the IMAX theater around here?
2 minutes from the other theater, the
The big one.
AMC 14.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, so
Okay.
no recliners, but
big screen.
IMAX.
Worth. Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was real good.
Nice. You know what? Maggie's gone this week, so maybe I'll have something to do. Well, she's gone.
There you go. There you go.
Alrighty
Look
then.
at that.
Well, I do believe that is the end of the script that we have for today. That was everything. As always, folks, make sure you hit up MidwestSadboys.com and scroll all the way to the bottom. Check out that P.O. box. Send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, and we will send you free stickers in return for the cost of 2 stamps and 2 envelopes. That's as close to free as you can get, basically.
That's it. Nice and easy.
We have gotten a couple already, and we've got your stickers on your way back to you. So thank you for being along the P.O. Box saga, starting in episode 99, I think. For those new listeners here on TikTok and all of our new listeners out in podcast land, you have 101 other episodes to go back and listen to.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, YouTube Podcast. There's the YouTube channel has all the videos. It also has all the audio podcasts. YouTube, I love you. All you people are great for watching it. And,
Appreciate you.
just going through like crazy every week. But anywhere you can find podcasts, iHeart, all those things, we're there. So please, like you said, 101 other episodes you can go back and listen to, go back and watch. Might I recommend, I think it's episode 24, I think. That's the Seance, 24, 27, something like that.
It's the Halloween episode. You'll know it by the title.
Yeah, the Seance was one of my favorite all-time funny episodes.
Absolutely.
So I think I've said it almost every week now for the last few weeks.
It's a banger. It is a banger.
Yeah, but definitely check us out. Like, follow all the pages. It definitely means a lot to us. Helps the numbers. And then
Yeah, dude, for real. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a journey. We are coming up on the second birthday of the podcast in 2 weeks. Episode 104. We'll have tiny cake. We'll have some cake with us out in podcast land and out in TikTok live. Send us pictures of your second birthday cake for the podcast, and we'll shout you out. We'll have a bite for you. All kinds of fun things. Then we're gonna wrap it up there.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the end of the podcast episode. Stick around on TikTok. We'll be hanging out for a little bit after the episode is over. So let's go through the closings. Of course, hit us up on all social medias. I am Jim.
And I'm Jason.
We are the Midwest Sad Boys. This is your midweek Sad Boy update number 102. We'll be back next week for 103. What's the music vibe today, my man?
Let's go with sensual R&B.
Oh, banger choice. You hear that? Ooh, it's getting real sensual up in here.
Saxophone already?
Oh, love it.
And they're going right into it.
We appreciate you. Appreciate you, sir, for the great music choice. We appreciate you out in podcast land for tuning in. We'll be back next week. As a reminder, always stay sad, y'all.
Bye. You feel that?
Ooh, just rock the shoulders with it. Ooh, just get frisky. Alrighty. Bye, everybody. Love you. Say it back.
Bye.